Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Ready or Not video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the changes and improvements for the Suspect AI with the new Ready or Not hotfix update. Along with that, we have some much needed improvements that I also want to talk about as well, which we will highlight on. I'm not going to be going through everything within this hotfix update, so please feel free to check out the link I provided down below in the description. One thing to also note is that if you are running the Gunfighter mod, you will notice issues with this update, and you'll have to download the temporary workaround from the Gunfighter Nexus mod page. You'll also notice issues with any AI mods that haven't been updated since the hotfix release. So we are primarily going to be focusing on fixes revolving around Suspect AI here, and these are the major changes we're going to be taking a look at. The visibility blockers on Ridgeline, Penthouse, Valley, and Importer have all been improved. When I say visibility blockers, I think they're referring to the AI's ability to see through certain objects that are very hard to see through. This was a huge issue on release and was one of the main reasons why Importer was such a difficult map to complete. So I'm glad that they're emphasizing on trying to fix these issues because this was a massive issue. They also made balancing changes and revamped the Suspect's AI accuracy. This will result in a much more fair experience across all levels, which is great. With this, they also increased the maximum surrender time for Suspect AI before they leave the surrendering state. The Suspect AI damage while shooting through walls has been decreased as well, so we'll see a lot less unfortunate deaths while trying to take cover, which is going to be really nice. They also decreased the smoke opacity of the CS gas to allow players to see through it more easily. This is a huge one for me since I always complained about how CS gas was a tough tactic since AI could easily shoot you through it while you had an awful time trying to locate your targets through the gas yourself. Now, I took a bit of time and played through a handful of different maps to really grasp how big of a change this hotfix actually made on Suspect AI. Now, I will say, even with the changes to overall accuracy, I still found myself being engaged from super unrealistic angles. You'll see here in this clip, I'm getting shot at through a wall when the suspect isn't even fully visible to my player anymore. Now, you can argue here that in real life, shooting through walls is obviously somewhat realistic, and it will happen. This is not like it's super unrealistic for bad guys to shoot through walls or shooting through walls just in general. But you also have to remember that the suspects are not going to be that accurate. They're not going to be perfectly tracing you through a wall and hitting accurate shots. And these were pretty accurate shots on me and my teammates. And you'll notice just by the clip that I'm displaying that I'm literally getting riddled with bullets as a suspect is sidestepping away from the wall. And we can all agree that this is a big issue and it needs to be fixed. So obviously this is still a problem. Locked. I got breacher. Ready?
Right. Open door to my right.
Oh, one done.
Threat down, threat down. You'll also see in this next clip, the suspect immediately engages me through the wooden curtain and is super accurate with his rounds. This clip that I'm showing off is obviously, it's a very awkward clip. The encounter that I had here, I thought my teammates were going to be coming into this room with me here, but I guess they got confused because I was just sitting in the corner trying to heal up. I thought they were going to come in and take down the suspect, so it was really awkward. Obviously, this isn't something I would do if I knew my teammates weren't going to be coming in. But you'll notice the suspect only has a pistol here. The accuracy is obviously a lot less than what it was previously. And if this occurred before this patch, I probably would have died here. Okay, one civilian. All right, pushing up. Going first room on the left.
I'm on the right.
I'm hit.
Roll out.
One down.
Down.
Oh my god, where were you guys? Oh
We were trying to kill him.
That was terrifying. Jesus.
Oh shit! I'm I'm good.
He's down. Covering you.
Aw.
No! Officer down!
I guess that not a
Oh. Another example of the insane reaction time is on the elephant map. I barely round this corner right here and the suspect sees nothing but maybe my shoulder and immediately engages me right away through the door. And he doesn't go for my shoulder. He tries to go for center mass. As you can notice, the round goes through the door and hits me in the plate. I immediately, obviously, I'm wounded and I have to get out of the way to heal. I shouldn't have been, you know, trying to point shoot here or hip fire, I guess, as the younglings would say. This was a big mistake by me, but I also kind of just got freaked out because I wasn't expecting him to just stand there and hold an angle, which, don't get me wrong, I think that the idea of the suspects holding an angle when they hear you, I really like that feature, but let's be honest, I mean, this guy was just beaming me through the door. He wasn't even going through like what he saw first. So that was kind of crazy, but this absolutely needs attention. That and the reaction time, which we're going to talk about. I'm really surprised they didn't address the reaction timing. Sure, the accuracy change here is a massive improvement, but for some of these suspects, they should not have this incredible reaction time. I played a few runs on Ridgeline, Penthouse, Valley, and Importer to test out the new visibility blocker improvements, and I have to say I didn't really notice much of an improvement at all. Valley of Dolls felt like they made little to no changes. During my first run, and this isn't necessarily related to the visibility blockers, but I was immediately met with a barrel to the face, and I had little to no time to even react to this guy. And again, this is just going back to the reaction time that the suspects have. This could obviously just be my reaction time, as it was pretty late when I was doing this this playthrough, so you know, maybe my reaction time wasn't the best either, but this was kind of crazy. I just immediately got domed here. And the second run that we're showing off, I was engaged at a huge distance, if you can see this guy in the background, and he's kind of like stutter stepping and he's running back and forth, and this guy is just nailing me with insane accuracy. And I was also shot multiple times through some leaves, which I felt like this should be blocking their view and they would stop shooting, but obviously they did not, and I died. Import also felt like it still needs improvement. There were multiple occasions where I was being engaged from multiple pixel angles, which was the root of many issues previously. The biggest thing here is reaction time, and I definitely recognize being tracked through walls on this map in particular. There were just so many instances where I was barely exposed from maybe like a crack in like a metal box from like 10 feet, 20 feet maybe, and they were just nailing me through there. Like they were tracking onto me, and they were just sending rounds down range with it, which is just ridiculous. So the only noticeable improvement that is obvious to me just from playing and not really experimenting too in depth with the other fixes is the accuracy. It certainly feels like they made some of the AI suspect types less accurate, which is great. However, there are still certain suspect types that I feel like will beam you across the map, and I didn't even notice that they had an accuracy I guess debuff at that point. Like, it just felt like pre-patch accuracy. I completely understand the concept though of some of the suspects being ex-military, or I guess prior police. They've got combat knowledge, they've got, you know, maybe they're a contractor, whatever it is. Let's be honest, guys, the truth of the matter here is these guys are almost always moving and shooting at distances, or just in general they're moving and shooting. Especially at a distance like this, it is extremely difficult to keep consistent shot placements. So I think there's a lot of work that still needs to be done here, and accuracy changes are just the beginning. In my opinion, guys, if you want an authentic Ready or Not experience, I still recommend opting in for AI mods instead of dealing with the current vanilla AI. I'll post a few AI mods down below that I could recommend in the description. The one that I'm using is unfortunately private, but Figtree is making a version and updating a version that's very similar to the one that he made for me. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gave you some knowledge into hotfix number 3. Thank you guys so much again, and we'll see you in the next one.